Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Logan the Empress here, and I'm going to be doing a gorgeous glam Valentine's Day look for you. And I'm going to be reviewing the Viseart palette, and it's an $80 palette. This is the mini version of that, which was $30, but the whole palette itself costs $80. And so this is supposed to be exquisite French palette. And this eyeshadow look that I have today is from that palette. And so if you like this look, keep on watching. So I'm going to use this palette. I got it from Sephora, and I do think that $80 is excessive to pay for a palette. I've already put primer on my face and already set the primer, so that's why my face looks like this. So this is what it looks like, a little studio chair. So this is the palette. These are the colors. It comes with the colors do look pretty, can't lie. And it comes with a mirror. And so this palette was $30, but the entire palette is $80 as opposed to a Morphe palette, which is $23. Even the Dare to Create, I think it was $32 or $38. So this palette is ultra expensive. So I'm going to see if it's worth it. First, let me set my eyes, and then I'll be right back. And I'll start using this palette. And what I'm using to set my eyes with is the Kat Von D concealer. And it is in the color Cool. D39 Kat Von D concealer. I'm going to go in with the very first color here. It's called Tawny. I'm going to do a cut crease. So with this first color, I'm using it as a transition color. I don't know why I put it all over my eyelid. I just really have a habit of doing that because I am going to do a cut crease. So that means that I'm going to put concealer over it, but it seems to make the concealer apply better when I do put eyeshadow over my eyelid. And so what I'm doing here is I like to do a wing eye with my eyeshadow. And so I'm going to do this in such a way that it does have a wing. And I'm making sure that I put this shade on my brow bone. And right there you see me fanning it out or flicking it out so that I have a wing. Next shade I'm going to go in is with this maroon, and it's called Merlot. I'm pretty much going to repeat the same motions that I did with the first color. And so what I'm doing here is I'm putting it over my eyelid. And also you can see that I am just basically reapplying the same color to my eyelid, and then I'm going to go back over it with concealer. So you see here I am also applying it to my brow bone, and so I'm not trying to do a really harsh transition. So what I'm doing is you can see the maroon, but it's very, very light and delicately placed. I'm not trying to make this transition so hard where the two colors are really easy to differentiate. I'm really trying to blend these two colors so that it is more of a faded effect as opposed to a very harsh transition. As I apply more of the eyeshadow, you really see it start to show up now and really start to pop. Because I've never used this palette before, I didn't want to do anything that would be so harsh. This was actually my very first attempt. I didn't do any, as they say, rehearsals of it. I just really just dug into the palette, so I didn't want to mess up mess up this eye look on my first attempt. I'm using my e.l.f. foundation palette. It's really a cool palette. It has foundation, it has concealer, and it has the contour shades all within one palette. So I'm using this right now and I'm doing a cut crease. I'm just using a basic brush to do this. That's why I really haven't said anything about the brush, because it's not like a fancy smashy brush. I'm going in with this shimmery color. It's called Scarlet, the shimmery maroon color. It kind of reminds me, and I think that's maybe why they named it this color. It reminds me of Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that. It's a pretty good movie. Anyways, so what I'm doing is I'm packing this color on. I did use MAC Fix Plus spray, and I didn't include that in the video. Sorry guys. When I went back and did my editing, I noticed I didn't include that. So I did use the Fix Plus spray on this color to give it a nice like shimmer, or to intensify the shimmer that's already there. As I apply this shade, you can see how I am concentrating, staying within my crease, and I am packing this on, and I am using an e.l.f. brush. The next color that I'm going to do is going to be in the inner corner of the cut crease, and this is a shimmer color, and this color is called Copper. So I'm using a smaller brush because how my eye is I can't use a the regular flat brush because I'm not able to get in the inner corner of my eye well. So I'm using a smaller brush. It's a Morphe brush. The last shade that I'm going to apply is called Medallion. It's a shimmery gold color, and it really is the star of the show. If you look, the intensity of this color is just unbelievable. This color right here is definitely the star of the palette. I'm applying it with my finger. It's a dry finger, and even without wetting my finger, without wetting a brush, you can see how intense this color is. And I'm going to cover my whole eyelid because I want this look to not have any harsh lines, and to be I want to say like a flawless look. And in order to do that, I can't have like all the colors looking separated. Okay guys, I'm going to do this other eye and I'll be right back. Using my Sephora black eyeliner, I'm going to apply this under my waterline. It's called Black Lace. And the shade that I'm going to use next is I'm going to go back into the Merlot. And I'm using my Fenty brush. I really love this brush for packing on color, and I love to use the other end of the brush for smudging, as you see me doing under my eye. And what I did notice about this shade is it does have very little fallout. As you can see, if you take I can't zoom in, but as you can see, like when I do smudge this under my eye, you don't see any of the maroon color falling down under my eye. I'm going to use the color Medallion again. That's that beautiful gold shimmery color. And I'm using my e.l.f. brush, and I'm using a very small brush, and I am applying this to my inner tear ducts. And one thing about this is I didn't wet the color at all, but you can see how brilliant the color is. And I also applied this to my brow bone. I'm going to use my e.l.f. lip scrubber. I really love this scrubber and it only costs $1, and I'm using this to clean my lips before I apply foundation. I am using Fenty foundation. It is a matte foundation and I'm going in with the shade 430, and it was lucky, so lucky for me that they happened to restock the foundation and have it at the store in Disney World, because I have been looking everywhere to try to get it from the store and it's very hard to find, as you all well know. And so I'm just generously applying this foundation, and then I'm going to use a beauty blender to apply it. One thing to note, if you have never used Fenty foundation, it does dry fast. So that's why I use a generous amount before I started using the beauty blender. Under my eye, I am using my NARS concealer, and it is in the shade Hazelnut. This was a sample size, and because it was a sample size, it actually took a little bit longer to apply my concealer because I had to keep going into the bottle. But it does apply very well. And then after wearing this, because this is the next day that I'm actually doing this recording, after wearing this, it did have very little creasing. Now I'm just going to apply this to the other eye in the same manner. And what I'm also going to do is apply this to the bridge of my nose, and then also to my forehead, my upper lip, and my chin. And this is something I do every time I apply concealer. Because it's Valentine's Day season, it should be pretty easy for you to find heart-shaped stickers. I got these stickers from the Dollar Tree actually, so it should be easy for you to find. They're in Target, Walmart, everywhere. And I'm just applying these to my cheekbone. I am going to go in with my Sephora palette, and with this palette, I'm going to apply blush with my Morphe brush. And I'm applying it to the bottom of the hearts. I'm just going to do this on both sides of my cheek. Now I'm going to use my Huda Beauty Winter Solstice palette, and I'm using the shade Northern Lights. So it is like this shimmery, it's not silver, but maybe like metallic gold color. And I really love this palette. And so, I mean, you can see right there at the corner of my eye, it's really, this color is really intense. And what I'm going to do is I'm applying it to now the top of the heart, trying to concentrate on making sure that this color is on the top of the hearts and that the blush is on the bottom of the hearts. I'm now using my finger to, oops, one of the hearts fell off. And so what I was trying to do was use my finger to make sure that the top part of the heart was concentrated, but the hearts kept falling off as I was touching them. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and flick the hearts off. Now I'm going to apply a highlighter to my nose, to the bridge of my nose, and I'd like to apply a little highlighter like right there between my eyebrows. I think it gives your face a little bit more definition, and it is the high point of your nose. And now I'm going to also apply highlighter to my Cupid's bow. And what I'm using is just a simple black or brown lip liner, and I'm just going to line my lips. I'm using my NYX lip primer, and I'm applying this all over my lip. And then what you see me doing with my finger is I'm taking the brown lip liner and I'm pushing it towards the center of my lips so that brown is not so concentrated, and it gives the transition from the brown lip liner to this red lipstick that I'm going to apply, so that the transition isn't so harsh. I'm using NARS Cosmetic lipstick, and this shade is called Star Woman, and I love this shade. It's a nice bold red that I think any skin complexion can wear, or any skin tone can wear. And I love this lip color, and I'm actually going to do like a lip parade in one of my videos that's coming up, and this will be one of the colors that I use. So it's a liquid lipstick, and so as it goes on, it's a liquid lipstick, but then it has a matte finish after it dries. It does take a little while to dry, just pretty much the same amount of time as all of the other liquid lipsticks that dries into a matte finish. With my Huda Beauty Winter Solstice palette, I'm going to apply more of the Northern Light to my Cupid's bow, and I also am going to apply it to my upper lip. So I am happy with my look, so I'm going to use my trusty Urban Decay De-Slick setting spray, my favorite setting spray, or one of my favorites, because I do like the Smashbox setting spray as well. And yeah, I'm done. Hope you like this look. I finished this look, and so let's do some swatches of this palette. The next color that I'm going to show you, the next color is called Tawny. The next color is Merlot, Cappuccino, Starlight, Medallion, Copper, Scarlet. It's a very nice palette, I can't deny it. And the larger version of the palette is $80, but I'm trying to be more responsible with my spending, so I decided to opt for the less expensive palette. But I will say I feel like this palette is definitely worth the money. Even when I was doing my eyeshadow, I did notice that the colors blended very well. I don't know if I would say the $80 palette is worth the money. But this one is definitely worth $30. $80, ooh, I don't know. Ooh. I mean, what do you think, guys? Put what you think in the comments. Tell me if you think this palette even looks good. It has been your girl, Logan the Empress. I hope you have enjoyed this beauty tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe and see you guys next time. Bye!